Welcome back to another video. Well, I think we're gonna do the exhaust. I need to get that done, ran out the back. That way I can start working on the floor. Getting that kind of tied off would be a lot easier than trying to take up panels. So I have the headers that came with this. We're gonna see if it works. I know it's gonna be tight. Might have to cut them up. I'm not sure yet. So we'll jump into that. First, I want to throw on the rear brake lines. I have some pre-bent lines, and then our single hose that goes up to an adapter. I had to make a little bracket so we can do that. I'm going to run the brake line up to the front, just kind of let it hang there until we do the master cylinder, that type of stuff. Then everything's done back here in the back. I can cover everything up. So let me show you that real quick, and then we'll jump into this exhaust. All right, you can see our pre-bent lines that we got them installed, got them into the clips, and then our junction box with our hose. Up here, you can kind of see the bracket that I made. So I still got to weld that on, paint that, put that up, and then we'll end up going from up through there, probably down this frame rail with our brake line. Here's my paint drying rack. That's our rear trunk support bar. So that's dry. We'll get that put in here in a second. And then we have our rear cap. I just taped off the top to paint it. Left the knurling part kind of exposed with the billet. It'll be all right. So not too bad, but yeah, at least it kind of blends in with that flat. Well, here is our headers. They're actually in pretty good condition. They just need to probably be wire wheeled up a little bit. But our exhaust pipes are a little different. You can kind of see some really good booger welds. It's great. So I had to clean all that stuff up. But these are the Thrush mufflers. So I got 2 of those. Sounds pretty good. And then we have a bunch of other little hangers and stuff. We'll cut those off and see if we can reuse them somewhere. But that definitely is not going to fit. So I'm going to get these cleaned up, get those cleaned up, cut the other junk off of it. And at least we'll get these on, or see if we can get these on first. Well, I went to put the driver's side on. This is the passenger side, and it's going to need a lot of modification. So I thought this passenger side would be easier, but it is not. Let me show you what we got. Now, I haven't cleaned this one up like the driver's side because I was going to start on the driver's side, but then it was going to be a lot of fabrication. So I thought this side would be easier to start on, but I was wrong. So I went ahead and started cutting this one, and then I can kind of show you what we got here. A little bit more labor intensive than I thought it was going to be. I'm not cranking these down. I'm not putting gaskets on, any of that kind of stuff right now. Just kind of get it where it needs to be. So that looks good. Looks really cool, right? We might have a problem with this. That's going to be very close. I don't know yet. We'll see. But anyway, if you look down here, our cross member, you can see where these 2 pipes, well, this one crossed over. It was fine. This one ran right into it, and the other one's crossed into the bottom part. Show you there. There you go. So you can kind of see where those go. So these 2 are on this side. I can't extend these down and then tie into the collector because then I'd never be able to get in and out. And I don't want to take that cross member out. So what I think I'm going to do with the cross member here, this one I think will stay the same. I'm going to have to cut the bottom down here and drop that piece down about an inch so it clears the cross member. This one here, you can kind of see where we're at. I think if I cut a strip out here and then take this piece and weld it back to here, that's going to push this up to here, and do the same thing with this. Take a notch out, slide it together, and then I'll be on this collective here. I can make them go down and then tie into the quad collector, and we should be good to go. So I think that's going to work. Just a lot of work, but I think that's pretty much the only way to do it. And then our top piece, it runs all the way through and dumps down. So instead of shortening that up to go down with this quad right here, I think I'm going to take it back to here and then run it down to go on the other side of this one over here. There you go, right there. That's going to get this away from the starter too, which this whole setup ran before on a car, so it obviously wasn't that big of a deal. But I think I'm going to shorten this one down and then make it dip down over to here to cut out. So a little bit of work, but we have a plan. Well, here I need to get these kind of cleaned up. You can kind of see whoever welded these up did not do a very good job. I mean, it is horrendous. Like, what the heck, man? So I've taken this one so far and cleaned up a lot of the edges, got the big knots and garbage off of it. I'm not sure what I'm using yet. I know I'm going to use the muffler, but I don't want to cut anything up until I can get the exhaust on and kind of piece and see where I need it to go. And then I can start cutting it up. But at least I got the big chunks off. I'll go ahead and clean this one up and get, I mean, it just got a big chunk of wire right there. Oh my God, look at that. That's just gross. Well, I got a new plan. I'll share that with you here in just a second. But while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to see if I can kind of piece this to see what I can make work. Oh, all right, let's see. Let me just spin this up. Whew. Stay there. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Let's move that to right there. Here. See how that looks. Oh, okay. All right. Come on this way a little bit. Let's take it up. Might be able to go up. Actually, that's not too bad right there. Yeah, we got clearance there. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, let me show you kind of what we got. So this is really rough right now. I haven't cut anything off. You can obviously see it goes underneath. That doesn't work that way. But we'd have clearance for our drive shaft. This runs up. It runs through the pocket between the cross member and the frame. Kind of curves and lines up straight. And if you look here, we're down right there, so that's not bad. My thought, scrap everything I just did, because I was trying to figure out, I'm getting it through these little spots and how tight everything was and the crazy amount of work. I looked online and they have hugger headers. If you don't know what that is, it kind of goes to a Y and comes to a point, hugs through here, and will dump out right in here. So it looks like I should have clearance on both sides. That should be here in a minute to see. And then I can do a U-bend or something to connect to our pipe and figure out where that's going to be. kind of see it in here. We do that, it's going to save a ton of time. You can kind of see how everything is over here. We'd have to do so many cuts, tweaks, and pieces to get it to work on that side of the cross member so it can come in and out. I think with the Y, it's going to save our starter from being so close, and I think it's going to dump it really easy. But I think this could work. I have some other hangers, and we can kind of make it work. Back here, we just cut it probably right here, and I might angle it down to dump out kind of like a slash cut or something. I don't think I really want to go over our axle, get that tight, because we're going to have our air line right there. Both sides, that's probably where the exhaust would go. So I think I'm going to just dump it before that, kind of angle it down to the ground. But I just want to kind of see if this would fit and how we can make it fit before our actually headers come. So I think this is the new route we're going to go, and it's going to work better. Oh, we got a package. Oh, so this should be our headers, our hooger headers. And then I just got two pieces of straight pipe and 2 U-bends just in case I needed something, but I didn't have any 2.5. Oh, well, they gave me new header bolts, but I already have some. Okay, there's my 2 flanges. Dang, they gave me gaskets too. It didn't even tell me it came with that, but I have some. We'll see which ones look better. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Should be another. All right, let's see what these look like. Whoop. Really hope this works. This is going to save a ton of time, and it's going to look good too. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, they're dirty. I think I need to clean them. Look at that. They look pretty good, right? So, oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna be close for the steering shaft. All right, let's get this. Let's play around for a minute. Actually, I'm gonna clean these real quick, and then we'll see what we can do. Well, I figured I would assemble this while this is on the ground. One less thing I got to do. I'm not using gaskets yet because I'm going to take this off and have to paint it after I get everything welded up. But that little bit of increase isn't that big of a deal. Okay. I sprayed these off with some carb cleaner just to get all that grime off of it. So it seems a little better now. Oh, I think this is going to work. I really do. And it's going to save a ton of time. Don't get me wrong. I love building exhaust. And actually, I could build a custom exhaust every day. I enjoy it a lot, especially if they're different. But I think for this application, I think this is going to be the way to go, honestly, for ease and actually for looks too. I think I should have got my impact a bit, or my ratcheting wrench been a whole lot faster. Yeah, we're not cranking them. All right, let's throw this on here. I have some of the copper C's that I normally use, but I'm not going to use it yet because these are coming back off. But can I get these placed? Oh man, I think this is really going to work. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. If I can get my fat fingers in. Oh, get in there. Well, come on. Now I'm just going to barely get this snug, especially since I don't have a gasket, but I think it'll be all right. Yeah, I like this look actually. Man, it clears the steering shaft, everything just perfect. And we're not cranking these yet, so I'm really not worried about the sequence of inside to outside or whatever, but well, it doesn't even want me to tighten that one. Yeah, I am literally just tightening this until I can barely feel resistance. Wow, yeah, that looks good. So we got perfect clearance around the steering box. Tucks everything back in there quite low. Oh, this is going to be good. All right, let's get underneath and see what it looks like. All right, well, I lied. I wanted to get this side on first to make sure we are good. So let's get this side on. All right, perfect. Good. Looks great. We got clearance down by the starter. Oh, yes, this is going to be so much better. And look, I got all that room right there around the starter. The other one's probably ½ inch off of it, and that heat probably would have messed with that at some point. All right, perfect. All right, now let's look at the other side. All right, you can see our pipe or exhaust tube right through here to over there. We can either do a bend like that, or let's get underneath and see what we got. Okay. So there's the exhaust pipe up top. So I got a clearance issue there. So I can only go over so far. And we're kind of close there, so that's good. So we got that up through there. I think I might see if I can make that work. Maybe do a little curve piece. See what we can do. Let me play around for a little bit. Oh, it's hot. I think this is gonna be way better. This makes me feel a lot better. I do love the custom exhaust, like I said, and kind of making it all work, look cool. But it was going to be really a challenge for clearance, especially around the steering shaft and everything else. This is going to clean it up, and it's going to look good too. So I'm pleased with this. So there's always a solution. But sometimes the solution might not be what you want. It all works out in the end, right? All right, now we can do something. All right, so we can be able to weld right around through here, and then you can kind of see it angles down to go into our other pipe. Kind of show what we got figured out there. All right, so we had the old flange. What we're going to do is we're going to put a tack on the top here, and then down here on the bottom, and then take it off, and I'm going to do some relief cuts, bend this in, and then weld it to that, and that should hold it. And then the back side I got notched. I don't know if I can show you that or not. You can kind of see how we got that going on there. And and that'll still give us our clearance through there and back through there as well. You can kind of see it up through here. So that'll get rounded. That'll get rounded out up there at the front. See if I can get it. Yeah. So that'll get kind of smooshed in. and then weld it up. And then we'll come back. We got our clearances through there. And then we have our clearance under there as well. And then we just have this cut off for now, but we'll probably end up open cutting it, backslashing or something to dump it out. I'm not sure on that yet. Well, it actually turned out pretty good. Exhaust is welded up. I'm waiting on some high temp black paint so I can so I can paint the headers and this little part with the flange and all that. I'm going to leave the rest of this the way it is, but you can kind of see it's pretty even. I went ahead and did my little back cuts, my slashes, so it kind of tilts out to the side when it shoots. I got 2 hanger brackets on each side, so we're pretty good. So let's paint it, because I'll have it by the time you see this. Figure I'm going to try to do a few things while I'm waiting on some stuff. I got these cool zip ties. All I have to do is drill like a 3/16 hole, and this will pop in, and then I can zip tie anything out of it. Very cool. Let's see if I can show you. Very neat, and they're easy to work with. So I'll show you how they go in real quick. So I got my fuel line. These are existing holes in the frame. It worked out pretty well, but we're just going to bloop, push them up. And there we go. That's it. Man, that's nice. I like these. Bloop. All right, on to the next. Well, I'm still waiting on delivery today, so I'm just trying to go through and find some little things to take care of. I pulled out my drawer of hoses and actually bought a bunch of different size hoses when I built the belly tank, because I had no idea what I was going to need. This I tried on is so close. I think I'm going to take off like a 1/2 inch right here, maybe 3/4 inch, and I think it's going to be perfect for the bottom one. And then we'll see if we can figure out something for the top one. Actually, let me see if I get my scissors might do this better. So what is this? This is GM part 3870311 for the bottom. Seems to fit perfect. I didn't snug it up because, yeah, I don't want to have to yank it back off, but this seems like it's going to work. Yeah. And let's get some of those fibers in here. Let's see if we can just clean those up. Whoop. Beep, 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 beep. All right, let's go throw this on real quick. All right, let's see. On there. Be good. Go. Oh yes, I just cut off a little bit. I tried it before and it was kinked a little bit right there, but I think we're good now. All right, lower hose is on. Let's see if we can get to the upper hose. I looked through all my boxes of hoses. I couldn't find anything that would work. Found some that were kind of close but wrong sizes. I got a metal coat hanger and tried to do what I thought it should do or could possibly do. I don't know. So I got that. I took that up to O'Reilly. Of course, they asked, what's it for? And there's not a 383 stroker, 350, whatever, 29 Chevy conversion hose. But they're very cool. They let me go in the back and play around for a little while and look. So I've found two that I think are kind of close. And if you look, kind of have this here. I mean, it's fairly close. You can kind of see we got a little dog leg there, but it might work. And then this one, kind of the same. I think this one's closer of the two. That was just a guess, but I think that's kind of close. So we're gonna go over here and see if these are close, if I need to cut them down, do anything else, and fingers crossed. Worst case, I guess I can order a flexi hose, but I'd like the molded ones if I could. So let's see if it works. I just took a little PB blaster and put on the inside of this lip here to kind of hold it. I'm not going to take that off yet, just in case I need to take it back. That close. Get this one close. All right. Man, this seems like it could work. Oh, hey, look at that. Hot diggity. Okay, so that's, oh, yes, this is perfect. All right, let me pop it off real quick. Well, that PB blaster really helps to get it on there. So what I'm using is a 22 437 Gates Thermal Pro. Fits perfect. So man, I got really, I don't know if it's lucky, I guess 350 hose for whatever this is out of, I guess, I don't know. Seemed to work, especially the bottom hose, only having to cut off a ½ inch. All right, let's do one there. There, okay, let's perfect there, perfect angle. Man, that was a really good guess. So if I can, this one's close, but I'll go ahead and return that. Heck yeah. Sweet. So we have radiator hoses, front and bottom. Front, top, and bottom. For our headers, I just got some of this Rust-Oleum high heat. It's up to 2,000 degrees, this flat black. I think that'll kind of work. I cleaned it off real good with paint thinner, and I think I'm just painting down to the flange, and then I'm going to paint the tips that come off the rear of the muffler. So let's spray that real quick and let that bake in the sun, and then we're ready to put these bad boys in. Heck yeah, this is good. Let's get these headers installed. I put a little bit of this copper anti-seize on the bolts. So we got that there. Got our new gasket and our header. Let's get this on here. That's good. one started. Oh, gotta go over. Forgot we gotta go over the dipstick. There, let's see, that's better. Yep. We'll go ahead and get this side knocked out from front to back, and then I'll knock out the other side. Not a big deal. So it should be exactly the same. Hopefully it all goes back together just right. It's easier with two people, especially doing our bottom flange. But I'm solo in it today. Yeah, flat black looks pretty good. I like that. And let's see which one. This is the awkward one because the dipstick. Oh, that's not bad. All right, let's see. To start getting these snug. I'm just starting on the inside and working my way to the outside. Just tighten them up a little bit. And then I know I'll have to go through a few heat cycles. Get on there? Nope. But we're not ready for that yet. Yep. 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 Okay. Perfecto. All right. Now I'm going to get down here and get our gasket on our flange and then try to brace up our other piece. So let me readjust you. Let's get you under here. And tight. Left side is done. Got our flange with our gasket. Comes underneath. Goes all the way back to there. Got our Thrush muffler. And then you can kind of see we did a back cut on the exhaust to dump out down to the ground. I think that looks really cool. Yep. Sweet. Both sides are in. I don't know if I even showed you that before, really. Might have, but who knows. So these are going to sound really good. Both the tips in the back are back cut. And they're flat black. And then we got good clearance all the way up. Woo! Oh, exhaust is done. It looks awesome. Really was surprised I could use most of the existing exhaust system. I mean, some cutting and stuff like that, but for the most part, I didn't have to really add too many pieces, which was great. I think it looks good. It's going to sound amazing. So I guess all the videos going forward, like this was mainly the exhaust, but we threw in a few little things, maybe the gas line, stuff like that. We're going to throw in little bitty things that don't really require a whole video, but are required. So, oh man, this is cool. This is like, looks good. I like it. All right, well, that's it for this one. Next one, again, crapshoot. I don't know. You'll find out when I find out. But it's be something different, right? So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it greatly. We're slowly climbing the numbers. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button real quick. I'd greatly appreciate it. I know the numbers aren't amazing, but hey, it's growth, right? Anyway, I appreciate it. Hope you have a good one, and I'll see you next Friday. See ya.